listening to the Art of Homeschooling Podcast, where we help parents cultivate creativity and connection at home. I'm your host, Jean Miller, and here on this podcast, you'll find stories and inspiration to bring you the confidence you need to make homeschooling work for your family. Let's begin. Hi there, and welcome to the Art of Homeschooling Podcast. I'm Jean, longtime homeschooling mentor, and I'm so glad you're here listening in today. This is the space where we shared simple, doable ideas to bring more peace, more confidence, and connection to your homeschooling days. As we step into fall, as I'm recording this episode, and the start of a new homeschool year for many of you, I know how easy it is to feel a little overwhelmed or even behind from the very beginning, wanting everything to be perfect, hoping our children will be cooperative, and maybe even comparing ourselves to what we see online. That's why in this episode, I want to share with you some simple affirmations for homeschooling parents. These affirmations are like little anchors, short, powerful truths that we can return to when our minds get caught up in self-doubt or our days feel too full or they just go off the rails early in the morning. So here is a little bit about why affirmations help. I think of affirmations as reminders, small statements that can bring me back to my values, my vision. They're not about pretending that everything is perfect. They're about helping us recenter when we get a little wobbly. For example, one of my go-to affirmations is, I am enough just as I am. When I start to spiral into, I should be doing more, or I'm not doing this right, this phrase helps me to regulate my breathing, slow down, and remember that my presence is enough. So here are some affirmations for back-to-homeschool season. These are some affirmations that you can carry with you in this season, or really wherever you are in your homeschooling year. Here we go. Simple steps move us forward. Our rhythm can be gentle and still strong. Rest is part of the lesson plan. Oh, I love that one. Rest is part of the lesson plan. Homeschooling is a journey, not a race. Love is at the center of our learning. And here are some new ones for this fall season in particular. I trust the season I am in. Imperfect days still plant seeds of learning. My presence is the gift my child needs most. Curiosity is more important than checking boxes. And my best is different every day. You might pick one of these affirmations and write it on a sticky note to pop onto your bathroom mirror, or copy it onto an index card and tuck it in your homeschool planner, in your back pocket, inside the kitchen cabinet. That's where I would keep positive thoughts, inside the kitchen cabinet where all the tea boxes were. Here are a few tips for how to use affirmations daily. When I was homeschooling my 3 kiddos, I found that the simplest practices made the biggest difference. Reading an affirmation out loud to myself each morning before we began our lessons, or whispering one silently to myself when I felt irritation rising. These would really help bring me back to center and back to the present moment. You do not have to use all of these. Just choose one or two that feel nourishing right now and let it become your companion for a little while. Choose one that seems at least possible to you right now, like it's possibly true. Affirmations are not about picking a thought that's the opposite of how we're feeling and trying to force it to be true, because that doesn't work. Affirmations do work when we can see a kernel of truth in them, and then we nurture that thought and help it grow bigger and bigger. That's right. Affirmations are simple truths that we can carry with us. They remind us that homeschooling doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. I'll put a link in the show notes to other affirmation episodes and resources here on the podcast, including one of my all-time favorite books, Simplicity Parenting. And you can go find the show notes at artofhomeschooling.com/episode 236. And if you're looking for more support, encouragement, and resources for you to use in your homeschooling life, come join us inside the Inspired at Home community. We have monthly masterclasses, a whole library of masterclasses, reflection calls, coaching calls, planning calls. We have 3 group calls a month and a super supportive community of homeschoolers walking this same path beside you. And this month, we're reading the Simplicity Parenting book together. For a lot of us, it's rereading it. And each choosing one small doable change to bring into our homes around one of the pillars of too much. That's one of the concepts in the Simplicity Parenting book. It's about bringing a natural childhood to our children because many of them are exposed to too much too soon. So there are these 4 pillars, and we can hone in on one of them and create a super small change to make it more doable. That's what we're focusing on in the month of September inside Inspired at Home. Thanks so much for listening today. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a homeschooling friend who might also benefit from hearing this today. Until next time, remember, you are enough just as you are. That's all for today, my friend. But here's what I want you to remember. Rather than perfection, let's focus on connection. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Art of Homeschooling Podcast.